Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Food Junkie coming at you with a little video. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Hope everyone had a great day. Hope everyone is blessed. Hey, Egyptian goddess, baby, how you doing, sweetheart? Everyone in the room. Hope you guys are ready to have a real conversation, a serious conversation. But it's me, so we don't know how this is gonna pan out. But I want to have a conversation. Y'all saw the title: Understanding Subjectivity and Self. Earlier today, before I went off to work, I woke up with this feeling was not in my spirit, just I couldn't shake. So what I did was I had this thing of that I wrote on my community page today. And I think it went, let me see what it says so I can make sure I really get it right. The thing I wrote on my community page was there are only two things that I have no control over, and that is being black and being man and being a man. Everything else is subjective. Now I don't know why that was. What's up, Marie baby? How you doing? I don't understand or didn't understand why that was just resonating through my mind, resonating through my head, resonating to what was going on. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. But like I say, I think of a lot of stuff. I hear a lot of things going on, and I feel a lot of vibrations and energy going out there in the world. And I may not understand it at the moment, but sometimes I just have to put it out there with my own spin to it. And as I was at work, whatever, listening to a lot of stuff going on, I realized yesterday there was a lot of mess going on. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of mess going on. There was a lot of stuff going on that I find to be subjective. And the subjective aspect of it is we are triggered by things that we allow to trigger us. All of us do. Even I do at times. But as I became older and more aware of myself, I realized that what I said, only two things I have no control over, and that's being black and being a man. Everything else truly is subjective. You know what I'm saying? Am I? Someone don't think that I'm attractive enough. That's your opinion. That's subjective to what you feel based on if you're mad or not, if you're caping for someone else, especially on here in this atmosphere that we're in of YouTube. It's subjective to who you're chasing behind right now, who you're trying to clout chase for, who you're trying to defend, who you like at the moment. It's all subjective. If I'm attractive enough, if I'm smart enough, if I'm kind enough, if I'm nice enough, if I'm mean enough, if I'm ratchet enough, if I'm even black enough or man enough. It's all subjective based on your interpretation. And people don't understand. That's why I don't let things bother me too much, because I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to make you feel or see me the way I see myself. I'm not trying to make you look at me the way I see myself in the mirror and the way I know God has put me on this planet to be. I'm not trying to placate you. I'm not trying to coddle you. I'm not trying to be your best friend, nor am I trying to be your worst enemy. I'm just trying to be myself. I can't do nothing but be me. And if you think I'm black enough, white enough, masculine enough, feminine enough, attractive enough, smart enough, ugly enough, whatever you think about me, what's up, Nappy Charlie? How you doing? Whatever you think about me has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with who you are and how you feel about yourself, because you feel that you're not enough. You feel that you are not whomever you think that I'm trying to portray myself to be. It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the insecurities that people have amongst themselves that they try to perpetuate out onto other people, how they try to, put off on someone else. Like yesterday, Marie, in the chat, that's why I wasn't getting upset with the person that was trying to troll me yesterday, because my thing is calling me stupid, saying I'm unattractive, saying all things don't mean anything to me. Because one, I don't know you. So it doesn't, resonate with me. You don't know me. You haven't met me. We haven't broke bread together. We haven't done anything that I respect your opinion enough to put it before my opinion. And like y'all hear me say this all the time. I say it quite often. Don't allow someone to build you up, because then you give them power to tear you down. That's truly how I live my life. I'm not going to see if someone says I'm attractive, thank you, I appreciate it, because it's just a respectful, polite thing to do. But if I live my life waiting for someone to tell me something good about myself, right? And so if I live my life waiting for someone to tell me something good about myself, I give them that power then to say something better about me, to bring myself down. I'm not giving anyone on here or in life that much power. My husband knows I adore him. That's my baby. But at the same time, he knows that I love me more than I love anyone else on this world. In this world, that's above my mom, above my siblings, above him. I will always take care of me first. I will always ensure that I have the things that I need to make sure that I am happy. And if you want to be a contributing factor to that, then we have open, honest communications about it. But like I said, it's all subjective. My happiness is predicated on me and me only. I do not depend on or subject my happiness to what an outside source other than myself says or does or feels about me. It is definitely key, Nappy Chow. It's definitely key, baby. Definitely key. And I think that why I pull away off of here from what I used to make a video every day or make several videos throughout the day, whatever, is like I get exhausted very easily. I have patience. I'm cool and I'm whatever, but I'm not going to hit my head against the same wall over and over and over again. I told you guys why the name Food Junkie was not several times, especially in the very beginning. Granted, yes, I love food. I love different types of food. I love cooking. I love showing different places, things like that. But I also want to feed your soul. I also want to make sure that I give you something to chew on, something to think about, something to make your life better. That's why I always say my purpose in living is to ensure that I leave this place better and than which I was born into it. And it doesn't mean that I'm trying to change the world drastically so everyone thinks like me. I want you to think, hey Carrie, baby, how you doing? I want you to think enough for yourself and about yourself that you're willing to make the changes that you need to make to live your best life. If I say something that resonates with you, whatever, and eats at you to help you be your best self, that's my goal. That's my purpose on this world, in this world. My goal isn't to argue, beef, fuss, and fight with people I don't know and I really truly don't care for or care about because I don't know you. And I know that you are coming from a place of damage, a place of hurt, a place of anger, a place of fear, a place of jealousy, a place of obsession, a place of wanting to belong, not knowing oneself. So why am I going to lower myself to that for me to entertain people? I'd rather just laugh at you. And I'm not laughing because you're funny. I'm laughing because I think it's sad. I think that it's something that the people who have come together on here and grouped together was not, a lot of them have the same issues, the same things that eat at them when they close their eyes, the same things that eat at them when they log off. That's why they're on here so much, because they want this to be their distraction. And I don't care if people say, well, I come on here for fun. You come on here quite often for fun. Like a lot of people really do. What's up, Soap and Watcher? How you doing, baby? A lot of people come on here way too often for fun. Because if you thinking, let's always say, if you thinking that cussing someone out, listen to someone cuss someone out, watching someone cuss someone out throughout the day, 18, 19 hours throughout the day that's not fun. It's damaging to your soul, to your psyche, to your internal well-being. That's damaging to you. You can't take a bunch of vitriolic energy into yourself and think that you're going to be okay. I know I can't. And that's me being honest with us now. And then, like I said, it's all subjective. What I find vitriolic and crazy, which I don't want to be a part of, someone else may find that, oh, well, this is what drives me. But then if it's something negative that drives you on a constant basis, it's very draining, Marie. Very draining. If you find something that's negative that gives you that energy, was not that's something that needs to be reevaluated within yourself. I don't understand. Like, I truly don't get it. Hey, Fifi, baby, how you doing, your sexy self? Fifi, what's your candle line? Because I want to buy some candles and stuff from you, whatever, but I don't know where to go to find it. Put it in the chat so I can see before I know what to go. I mean, I hear all kind of good stuff about it. I want to buy something from you, and I just don't know where to buy it. And I'm not on here enough to be catching everything. But yeah, it's so funny to me how, and then I was saying the thing that I wrote on my community page today, I was listening to all these videos over the past, while I was at work today. And yesterday was, I guess it was a bunch of more of the same, I guess. You know what I'm saying? People talking about white people and black people, and people don't have this and people don't have that, and don't let white people do this. First of all, no one can do anything to you that you don't allow them to do. No one can frustrate you unless you allow them to frustrate you. No one can upset you unless you allow them to upset you. And I don't understand how we are giving away our power to people who don't mean anything to us, who have no tangible existence to our real lives. This is all virtual. You have a choice to turn the channel, turn off the computer, turn off the phone, and do something else. But we choose to be triggered. We choose to be upset. We choose to be just caught up in the rigmarole and the nonsense as if we have no other choice. I say this quite often. I don't go places where I am triggered. That's like me. I live in Georgia. Stone Mountain is a huge place where they have a bunch of Klan rallies at. That's like me going there, screaming and yelling, what you're doing is not right, it's not safe, it's unhealthy, and expecting someone who not to like me to hear me and be changed based on what I say. Doesn't mean that, I put my head in the sand and don't do anything was not, but I go around like-minded people to find out how we can change that environment. Not standing in the middle of the environment and screaming and yelling and having my voice fall on deaf ears. And that's what we do on here all the time. We go into an environment where we're not like what we don't like each other was not, and scream and yell thinking that we're resolving something because it's a roast and a gag. It's ridiculous to me, and it's redundant to me. It's sad. I don't like you, but I'm talking about you every day. I don't like you, but I'm mentioning your name because I want to go back and forth with you. That's about understanding who you are as who you were meant on this earth to be. Why you were placed here. Why were you put here? Why were you put in this environment at this time? And if you're beating your head against a rock expecting a different result, and all you're doing is having a bloody skull and a busted skull, are you living up to your true purpose of why you're here? Were you here to bleed? Or were you here to educate and to motivate? Y'all say it's entertaining. I guess that what you find entertaining was not. It's not what I find entertaining at all. It really truly isn't. Do I like people who have done those things? Have I done those things myself? Yes, I have. I'm never above anything that I'm talking about. But at the same time, there's a point in my time here where I needed to stop and step back and ask myself, how is this truly living for my purpose? And that is to be the best me that I was meant to be. Is it the best me by cussing someone out that looks like me? Is it the best me cussing someone out that looks like me, but yet expecting someone who is different from me to behave differently? I can't, as a black man, sit here day in, day out, all throughout the day, cussing out other black men and black people, but then expect someone other not to do it, not to feel comfortable in doing it, not to feel like I've given them permission to do it because I'm doing it. It's just not right at some point in time. And as we call ourselves adults, We need to understand that. We need to understand that, not everything that we do, not everything that we say needs to be done and needs to be said. It gives you the worst in the gag was not, but it also put out energy that's going to come back and bite you in the end. You can't sit up here and continue to put out negative and vile energy, no matter how it's disguised, and think that you're going to get good energy coming back at you. Like I said, I may not be the smartest person on here, but once again, it's subjective. I think I'm pretty smart when I choose to back away from toxic subjects and toxic people. To me, that's pretty smart. And someone else's subjectivity maybe think, oh, well, he's weak. He's getting cussed out. By who? How is what they're saying about me changing my life whatsoever? How is what people say about me on here, who lives in squalor, who lives a very mediocre life, have a mediocre existence, not just the financial aspect of it was not, but the actual spiritual, mental, emotional aspect of their lives is meager, is desolate, is crazy. And you expect me, someone who is very comfortable with who I am in my skin, you know what I'm saying, who lived the life that I lived, is not the best, you know what I'm saying, but it's better than most. I mean, it can be a lot worse. And I understand that. Who live the way I live, expecting someone who is scraping pennies together just to buy a sandwich or scraping things together just to get, you know what I'm saying, their basic necessities. You expect people expect something that they say when I know that you're living in those conditions to affect me. See, my thing is, I look like me, I'll never ask for anything. That's probably my biggest fear. You know what I'm saying? Being in need of help or assistance, but not ever asking for it because I know that I can go out and work and get it, you know what I'm saying, with time and energy and effort. That's my biggest thing. Being able to, one of my biggest fears is being in need of something, but not having too much pride, I should say, to ask for help. Knock on wood. You know what I'm saying? I may not need it, was not. Peace. Thank you, Egyptian goddess baby. And not being able to, you know what I'm saying, ask for it. Not saying that people aren't willing to give it to us. I'm just too prideful in being a man. One thing I can't change. And men are prideful. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a little arrogant. That I'm not going to ask for help. I just will go without, or I will work my fingers to the bone in order for me to get it. I'm not looking for people to give me anything. I'm not looking for people to hand me anything. Because I've seen it so many times that if someone gives you something, especially on here, it's always, without me, you wouldn't have done. Without me, you wouldn't have had. Without me, you wouldn't be whatever you want to put at the end of that. And my thing is, I don't need that type of energy toward me because if I help somebody, it's because I want to help them. If I give you something, it's because I want you to have it, not expecting anything in return for it or from it. I don't want you to think that when I do something for you, there are strings attached to it. So I live by example. I live with the expectancy of what I give out there and with the energy I put out there to the world. I don't understand how people could constantly do the same things, hit their head against the same wall. And because they have a group of people hitting their heads as well, they think it's right. I don't understand that. That concept baffles me. That concept, you know what I'm saying, it just frustrates me. And it's not a black or white thing for me. It's not a man or woman thing for me. It's not a homosexual or heterosexual thing for me. It's a human thing for me. On the human level, which I hope that we all are, you know what I'm saying, all get to that understanding that we're all on a human level. What is it that you expect from your fellow human being? What is it that you want from your fellow human being? And not subjective, across the board. This one thing I want to apply for everyone. And mine is respect. On the human level, I wish that everyone would respect each other and their boundaries. We have a bunch of constant overreachers, boundary steppers, over line steppers on here. And they think that it's okay because this is what they want to do. They think that everyone should be like them, everyone should understand like them, everyone should comprehend like them, everyone should manifest the energy that they manifest. But when people start to do that, they feel disrespected. So now it's time for another beef or another situation. And I understand we're not all going to be the same. We're going to have disagreements. We're all going to not be, thinking on the same level. But if we have the level of respect to where we're respecting each other, as we want people to respect us, all this beef and all this fighting, all the differences of opinion that we may have with each other won't turn into a situation where we're cussing and fussing and arguing with each other on here because we don't know each other. And their opinion is subjective, like my opinion is subjective to you. My opinion should not be the end all be all for everybody on here. Even people who likes me. You know what I'm saying? People who like me was not, my opinion should not be the end all go be all for you. It should be something that should be taken in a grain of salt, with a grain of salt, whatever, and you apply it to your life as needed, or apply aspects of what I say to your life as needed, like I do to you. I'm not taking everything that someone says as the holy grail. I'm not making your fight in life my fight in life. I'm not making, what you do, what you say as my life goal. As I always say, eat the meat and spit out the bones. Take in what nourishes you, what helps you be your best self, and totally discard the rest. Because not everything that is said, not everything is done, is meant for your betterment. People say this all the time on here. Everyone that sits in your front row is not your friend. Everyone that's smiling in your face is not your friend. Everyone that's smiling in your face and saying they support you 1 minute, but yet as soon as you do something, no matter how minute or ginormous it is, they're willing to turn on you and quote unquote try to drag. What did I say? What's the song? I'm undraggable, 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 undraggable. Because you can't drag me. I don't care. You can cuss at me. You can talk a bunch of mess about me. You can tell a bunch of lies about me. But the reality is, it really doesn't affect me. When everybody was all upset about old girl calling the police, let her do that. And the result is what y'all see. I haven't been in jail not one day. I haven't been talked to by police not one time unless I engage them in questioning. I don't care what people do. People told y'all my real name, told y'all all my background was not. Who cares? Now that you know, what are you going to do with it? Where did I lie about anything in my background? Everything they told you, besides my name, I've already told you already. Everything that was exposed about me, I already told you already. And it's not even for you to know anything about me. Well, I don't want to tell you. See, like I said, doxing is all that craziness supposed to make you shut up. Well, supposed to make you run and hide, make you want to be quiet, make you want to, delete your situation, whatever, and then start all anew again. No. I'm okay and comfortable with who I am and what I'm about. Nothing that is said about me or that is said about me was not touch my spirit in any way, shape, or form. Didn't. Because look at the source it was coming from. Check the source from all these, when people are doxed to us now, when things are revealed by people that they didn't mention themselves, check the source in which way it's coming from. and look at the source of this information, where this information is handling it. I'm happy they're coming from. What's up, Miss Queenie, baby? How you doing? Is it coming from happy, healthy people? People with healthy relationships? People with healthy friendships? People with healthy any type of ships whatsoever? No. It's always coming from someone who's damaged, who's on here causing trouble and causing chaos. And that is what I look at. I don't look at, saying what you did or why you did something was that. I'm looking at your life. Egyptian gods, I asked the same question. How is exposing who I am and my accomplishments helping you in your life? Now, what you see or read about me may not be, it's all subjective, may be, I see it as an accomplishment or whatever, and you may see it as something else. But the reality is you didn't do it. You can't do what I do. I don't think anyone on here can do what I do as well as I do it. Now, there are some talented people on here. Let me give you a little story. When I told you I went back to school when I was 37 years old. I went to Morehouse initially, so right out of high school, whatever. Didn't finish, of course. And it took me until 37 years old for me to, complete my degree and go back to school. Now, I went to school for fashion design. When I went to Morehouse, I was there for computer science and marketing. Still got my marketing, AA, but went for fashion design. When I went to this, went there for fashion design, there were these two gentlemen who's been sewing for and designing stuff for at least 15 years apiece. One guy worked with Outkast, one guy worked with Lisa Ray, both had their own brand and stuff like that, but they felt they needed a degree in order for them to, get put out there what's not in the world. Now, mind you, I've never picked up a sewing machine. All thing I know how to do was mend stuff. I had a hole in my sock, I'll sew it up and mend it. I had a hole in my pants, sew up and mend it. When the taper leg pants was in, you cut the inseam out and you sew that up with a needle and thread. That's what I could do. All I worked with was needle and thread. But I knew if I wanted to have my stuff be in the same realm as theirs, although we do all three different things. I do ready to wear, I do women's every day, ready to wear, I do resort wear, I do something like that. That's what I do. That's what I specialize in fashion. One guy did he worked with a lot of drag queens, big drag queens was not, so he do a lot of drag fashion. He did a lot of evening wear, things of that nature. The other guy worked in men's, did a lot of men's clothing, things like that, suits, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So we all have three different lanes that we're in. But I respected them enough to want to be in the realm in which they were in with their 15 years of experience and working with these different celebrities and other people across the city. I didn't put them down. I didn't talk mess about them. What I did was I watched and took techniques from them, took things that I can apply for myself or apply to myself to be better, to be on the same level. And within a year and a half, I was where they were for the most part. From the design aspect, from the sewing aspect, from the creating aspect. I think that my stuff was better, more creative than what they did. I made my own patterns and I learned how to, do different things with patterns like that, with a simple pattern and make it more extravagant, more things. But I was the one that was with them, doing what I did. So I looked at what they were doing and made it to my own, perfected it so I can have my own voice. So if you see a piece that we all, like there was a show that we had, we all provided something for the show. Mine was the one that was picked to be put in this corporate office. Now, while they had some great stuff, it was really cute. What I created was what was picked because I don't compare myself to anyone else. Even if you are more advanced in something that I do, or even if you are more knowledgeable in something that I want to learn about, I'm not going to hate on you. I'm not going to talk mess about you, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to look at what you're doing and see how I'm going to apply that to what I do in order to advance me and where I want to be. In essence, eating the meat and spitting out the bones. Am I trying to be a copy of these people? No. But I see what made them successful in what they did and how they applied what they learned to their own technique for all those years. And I was right there with them. Now, I was the first person to graduate from the program. I was the first person to graduate from the program with a 3.97 GPA, and no one has had that as of yet. Several years later, I was the first one to go to New York Fashion Week and present 2 collections right out of school. Yeah, we all did fashion shows. We all do fashion shows in the city every once in a while. We all have magazine spreads. We all dress celebrities and things of that nature, whatever. But for me to be at least 15 years behind them, I'm doing the same things that they're doing. If you have a drive, if you have a passion, if you have something, and I said, if my stuff is good, it's all subjective. I like it. Everyone who have seen my stuff like it. That's why I'm called to do certain things, but it's subjective. But the fact that I'm being called and hired and, paid to do what I do, someone likes it. A group of people like my aesthetic, like what I put out there. So when I have people on here who don't know anything that I do, don't know how I live my real life, don't know who I know, don't know what circles I roll in, whatever, saying that I'm ugly or untalented or this, that, and the third, it's funny to me. I can't take you seriously because you don't know me. And you haven't shown me anything that you excel at. If you think being messy is something that you excel at, nah. You can't put that in a resume. You can't talk about that in a job interview. I'm pretty sure people who quote unquote have these quote unquote great careers on here, all this big fabulousness on here, if people in your real life saw how you behave on here, I know you would be embarrassed. I know you will be ashamed to show your boss these videos that you make, these comments that you write, the ugliness that you spew on here, the nastiness that you throw here into the world, to the universe. I'm embarrassed for you. That's because I know myself. I know that that's not what I'm meant to do, to put darkness and ugliness out here in the world. My job is to change the world for the better. My job is to bring out the best in people. Why do you think that I can look at someone and say, oh, she's beautiful or he's attractive without having it, reflect or deflect or take something away from me? Because I know that right now you may not be your best. You are a little disheveled and a little dirty, a little smudge here and there. What's not? Let me polish you up so you can be your best, so you can put forth your best effort, so you can show the world who you really are, opposed to having this disguise on. Or even if you put on a disguise for a couple hours that I put you in, it's still, I want to stay true to who you are, your best self, showing the world who you are, what you have the potential of becoming. Yeah, can we all cuss? Oh yeah. Funny thing today, another little story. At work, I was talking. If y'all know anything about the Karen, what's her name? God, the hip hop media person who is going on the fire right now. What's her name? Karen. What's her name? Oh God, her name. Karen. Anyways, her. If y'all know her, we were discussing her, and I was talking about when she was. God, these people's names just don't forget. I was listening to a podcast where they was discussing what she did to these people and how she did it. Yes, Sybil. Thank you, baby. Karen Sybil. Thank you very much. And she was talking about how this guy said that she stole $60,000 from him 6 years ago when she thought he was being nobody. Da, 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 da. And then I started looking at all the videos that was attached to that. I was looking at an entertainment lawyer that broke down the contract. And I was saying, I mean, they were talking on this podcast, and he kept interrupting her and saying, "But I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let you talk." But he wasn't letting her talk. But she was letting him finish. And she was telling him, "Stop talking to me like I'm some street dude. I'm a woman, and I'm not talking to you with that type of energy. Stop coming at me like I'm one of these street dudes and talking greasy to me, because I'm not that person. That's not how I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation with you." And the reason why we haven't communicated in the past 6 years and resolved this matter was because you keep coming at me in this manner, and I don't talk to people who come at me in this manner. And so I was talking to one of the ladies that I work with, one of the young ladies I work with, and she was like, "Well, yeah, everyone knows that you'll cuss them out, whatever you get with them." And so I was thinking, I'm like, hold on, like, you said people are scared of me? She's like, "Well, not really scared of you with that, but they know to be cautious around you because they know that you'll cuss their ass out." And I'm like, well, let me first say that I don't want anyone to be scared of me. I don't want anyone to be afraid of me. I don't want anyone to think that they can't say whatever they need to say to me. But I want you to be respectful in how you deliver your message. I want you to be mindful that I'm also a human being with emotions and feelings, that if I am touched or scratched or feel like I need to be aggressive in any way, it's because it's the energy that I'm getting from people. I want people to understand that, I'm not this monster or want people to be walking around on eggshells with me with that. I want you to have your fun, do your thing with that. But there's a way to do it without being disrespectful. And on here, y'all say what y'all want to say because we're not part of my life. But in real life, everyone knows that if you say something off the wall and off the mark to me, whatever, you're going to get that same energy in return. And you're not going to like it because you're going to be like thinking that it's going out of nowhere. No, but I told you, don't handle me with kid gloves, but handle me in the way that you want me to handle you, because all I do is match energy. And she's like, "Well, yeah, because you really don't go off on me like that unless they do something stupid or something crazy." And you never went off on me. I'm like, "Yeah, because you don't do anything stupid or crazy. Like, you don't do anything offensive to me. You say your little silly stuff, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'll just look at you crazy and keep it moving or ignore you." But when it's all about people being nasty, what's up, baby? How you doing? I can't pronounce your name. Missouri? Is it Missouri? Appreciate it, baby. Thank you for showing us a love. But yeah, it's like, I don't want people. I said it to say because Karen Civil was not. It's like, although I think that she was wrong in what she done, especially what she done to Jason Lee and what she done to what's the old girl name? Well, y'all know all the stuff. Y'all know if y'all following the story. Oh, I got it right. If y'all following the story with Karen Civil and what she's going through right now, she's going through it with Jason Lee. She's going through it with y'all, these names. I told you I'm bad at names, but she's going through it with a lot of people in the hip hop industry or a part of the culture industry. Well, it's not. And people are saying she has some stuff to do with Common. She has some stuff to do with Young Jeezy at one time. She's a lot of people coming out against her, whatever, because they say that she is basically a liar and a crook and does some stuff. But although she did some stuff, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that I don't think that was favorable. When she told old dude to mind how he's speaking to her, whatever, you know what I'm saying, regardless if he's upset or not, and he keeps saying, "Well, I'm not mad at you, I'm not mad," but yet your voice and the tones and all that stuff is aggressive to her. And that's her being subjective, you know what I'm saying, to whatever else she may be going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we need to be very mindful about how we talk to people, how we talk about things. Like, your passion has nothing to do with me. Your passion is subjective, which means that I may get offended by it. You yelling, screaming, raising your voice, speaking in this gruff tone, and if I'm not coming at you in the same way, or I don't have that same energy from the onset with you, could be the problem. Hey, Faith, baby, how you doing, baby? And it's like I said, it's all subjective. We need to be very mindful about that. Like, not everyone's going to react like, even on here, people are like, "Oh, I'm passionate, so I raise my voice and I scream and yell, da da da." Well, that's not how I receive that. My subjectivity is that I'm very mellow and calm and cool if I'm just speaking to you. I may speak a little fast, I may be a little excited and I speak, but I'm not raising my voice and screaming and yelling and coming at you aggressively because I'm passionate about something. But I understand that's just me. My tone may be sarcastic and people think demeaning. It's all subjective. Once we realize that, like I said, my two things that I'm not going to change and that I can't change is being black and being a man. Everything else is subjective for me. If you think I'm nice, if you think I'm not nice, if you think I'm mean, if you think I'm ugly, if you think I'm attractive, if you think I'm masculine, if you think I'm too feminine, all those things are subjective to the individual that have that opinion about me. But the two things I'm not going to change or try to change or want to change is being black and being a man. Everything else is not important. It's non-existent for me. That has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with the people who's receiving the words, receiving the actions, receiving the energy that I'm pouring out there. I can say all I want. I don't mean to harm you or I don't mean anything by this. But if you're taking it to a level or if you are receiving it at a level that puts you in your feelings, your feelings are valid. Your opinions are valid for you. I don't have to walk in your feelings. I don't have to talk in your feelings. I don't have to live and reside in your feelings, just like you don't have to live and reside in mine. But at the same time, if you're purposely trying to be offensive, if you're purposely trying to be harmful, if you're purposefully trying to be, demeaning, that's when it doesn't become subjective anymore. That's when it's become, I can say, you've done X, Y, Z to me. That's why I'm feeling this way about you. And if y'all notice, everyone that I have gotten into it with, I was able to tell you exactly what they've done to cause me to react the way I reacted. You've done this. You said this. You did it. Now, whether you admit to it or not, whether you agree to it or not, on here, enough people have seen things to know that I have never, or y'all correct me if I'm wrong. See, I'm not above being wrong. Some of y'all have been here for a while. I haven't just straight out attacked anyone or came from anyone who haven't said something or done something to me first. Now, I know we hear that a lot on here. We hear that an awful lot on here. Oh, I don't do that to nobody till they do something to me. No, you don't. You've done something. Now, having an opinion is one thing, but trying to drag someone because this is the quote-unquote beef sector, because that's what quote-unquote we do over here, is the issue. Because not everyone over here does that. Not everyone on here drags people. Not everyone on here come out swinging for the fences at everyone. Now, we may have opinions about it, and I try to be as unbiased as possible in my opinions. But if I feel strong enough about it to speak on it, there's an opinion out there that I need to talk about. It just is what it is. 1 second, y'all. No, baby boy. But yeah, and like I said, it's all subjective. But at the same time, there are some solid, concrete things that we can agree on. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me trying to be something more than what I am or try to change to fit into a box that people want me to be in because they are uncomfortable with who they are, nah, I can't do that. Won't do that. That's not something that I'm willing to do. I'm not willing to sacrifice who I am for people that I don't know, that have a choice to be around me or not. And that's in real life or in the virtual world. You have a choice to be around me or not to be around me. And if you choose to be around me, whatever, don't expect me to change to appease you. Because I'm not going to. I change when it's convenient and appropriate for me to change. If I see that it's not helping me and it's hindering me, at that point, as an adult, I choose to make the decisions that help me be the best person I was meant to be. Not the most financially sound or get the most money or have the biggest numbers, because that don't mean anything to me. I work, like I said. I don't mind working. I've been working ever since I was 12 years old. I never had a problem working or finding a job. And if it's picking strawberries at 12 years old or picking raspberries at 12 years old or selling candy door to door at 14 years old, I will do it. Just like now, if it comes down to me scrubbing toilets, sweeping floors, if I have to do it to make sure that I live the lifestyle that I want to live, I will do that. And there's no shame in doing that. There's no shame if I chose to quit my job and go into fashion and design full time. There's no 401k in that. There's no medical and dental in that. And those things cost. There's no stock options in that. But betting on myself will be the option. Believing in my talent and stop being afraid, I'm saying, to believe my talent was not. I know, I mean, if I decide to make that sacrifice and quit working for a company and work for myself, work with myself, work on myself, I know I will be successful. I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. I don't have the space to do it. I don't have the atmosphere to do it at the moment. But when I do, I will. And it's going to be successful. I already call it. I already see it. I already, like I said, everything that I do, people enjoy. They really do. And that's not me being braggadocious. It's just me being honest. But like I said, it's all subjective. So far, everyone who's seen everything that I've done, the pictures, the work that I've done when I do go do it, it's enjoyable. You see, like I said, understanding selectivity and self, those are things that people really need to understand. I'm not trying to coddle grown folks. I'm not trying to appease people who I don't know. And nor do I want anyone to try to appease me. That's a difference. See, things I understand that this conversation goes both ways. I'm having it with you guys, but also I'm having it with myself. So I want y'all to understand that I also, you know what I'm saying, don't want people around me who's trying to appease me or coddle me. If I step the wrong way, let me know. If I do something that is offensive, let me know. If I say something that's offensive, let me know. There's a way to let me know without being rude and obtuse. I mean, you know what I'm saying, obtuse about things. But at the same time, I'm not above reproach. I'm not above being corrected. I'm not above correcting anyone. I really do truly live my life in that mindset that I am no better or no worse than anyone else, and no one is any better or worse off than me. Now, I say I'm different than most people because I am. I know that I'm honest enough for myself to understand that my differences. Not everyone thinks like me. Not everyone is, I won't say evolved or mature as I am, but a lot of people live on the surface. A lot of us do. At times, I live on the surface. At times, I'm not thinking deeper and looking at things on a deeper level, or contemplating things on a deeper level, analyzing things on a deeper level. I can be very surface as well at times, but I don't live there. I don't live on the surface. I don't live, you know what I'm saying, everything that comes up needs to come out. My opinions are not that important to be heard all day, every day about everything on here or in life in general. It's not. I choose to be selective about my subjectivity. I choose to be able to, you know what I'm saying, be able to watch and observe and, you know what I'm saying, peek in and talk about and drop down when I think it's pertinent and necessary for me to do so. Like I said, I don't know why that being black and being a man was something that was resonating with me all day when I woke up. And then when I started watching all these videos, I'm like, oh, wow. Everyone's having these conversations about race and what people can do, can't do, whatever, and not realizing that, you know, it's all subjective. It's all subjective to who you are, where you live, and your life experiences. It's all subjective to that. Each and every, like, not every black person have the same experience. Not every black person has the same mindset. We don't. It's all subjective based on our life experiences, how we grew up, what we grew up around, what we've witnessed, what we've experienced. And I don't expect every black man who like fashion, you know what I'm saying, and lives in Atlanta to act like me or to be like me. I also like building stuff with wood. I also like creating stuff. I also like watching football and sports. I do all kind of stuff. I'm not just one dimensional. You can't say, oh, he's a black gay man who lives in Atlanta married to a man and like fashion. Also, he must be this type of black person or it's not, or this type of gay person. Or he's a black man, 6'3", 200 pounds. Oh, he must be this type of person. No, it's all subjective based on my upbringing, with my experiences, and what I want out of my life. You can't judge me based on what you think I am. Judge me for who I show you I am. I mean, and it doesn't mean that once you first meet me, you all ain't gonna know me. Well, watch. How have I been carrying myself over the past several years since I've been on YouTube? Have I been involved in all the mess that's going on? Have I been trying to insert myself in every conversation? When I do get into conflict, well, it's not. How do I handle that? Have I tried to handle it outside of the preview of the people first? And when that didn't happen, have I handled it appropriately or inappropriately? Those are all subjective ideas that y'all must have. I can't tell you what to think. I don't think. I think that I handle myself with a touch of class and culture and distinction on here. I can be wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's all subjective. But yeah, I don't think I've done anything that I should be ashamed of or afraid for anyone to see. You know, is everybody gonna like what I said on here? No, because I've done some stuff where I done cuss people to slap out, called you out your name, misgendered you, all those things. I sure did do it. Will I do it again? Probably, depending on where I'm at, what mood I'm in, and what you've said and done to me. Well, depends on what type of energy that you done gave me. Depends on what type of energy I'll choose to give you. But yeah, I just want people to truly understand subjectivity, not just, oh, well, this is my opinion and my opinion is right. Yeah, your opinion is right for you and for you only. Just like my opinion is correct for me and me only. I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to force my opinion and my way of thinking and living or understanding down anyone's throat, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I understand that life is subjective based on your life experiences. I can't put you in a box because you may check a couple of checkpoints. Then that automatically put you in the box. I take you for who you are, who you show me you are, and what I've seen you do, be it to me or be it to someone else. That's what I do. But yeah, I didn't want much. You guys, I want to be on here for a little bit, just talking to you guys and truly understanding, or trying to talk myself through, I should say, to understanding what's been going on these YouTube streets and why people are choosing to be triggered, why people are choosing to be, bothered by people that really has no effect on them one way or the other. Or how people don't understand that, life is about subjectivity, being able to be observant and not involved emotionally, physically, mentally. You can watch something without truly being involved in it if you choose to be, or choose not to be, I should say. And if you choose to be, then whatever emotions or build up or whatever aggressions or regressions that you have is a choice. You can't expect people to coddle you. You can't expect people to worry about your sensitivities and your own things. That's not how it works as adults. We have to be able to be responsible for our own emotional state of being, our own emotional wellness. I can't give my emotional wellness to you and expect you to take care of it the way I want you to. I have to expect that you're going to take care of my emotional well-being the way in which you are capable of doing it. And if I'm watching you on these streets run amok like a wild person, why would I think that you're going to handle my emotional well-being with kid gloves and with the tenderness and loving care that I expect you to do it? If you want to run around here acting a fool and running amok, you're going to handle my emotional well-being just like that, like you handle your own. It's very obvious to me. It's not something that I have to think about. If I see that you're acting a fool and running amok, although you're saying my idea that may be subjective, but if I still don't agree with it, why am I going to put my emotional well-being into your hands or into your care? That's the whole victim mentality that I don't have. That's the whole thing of, you know what I'm saying, wanting people to take care of you better than you take care of yourself. No one can take care of me better than I can take care of myself. No one can make me happier than I can make myself. Life is about choices, and when we make the choices to get involved in these things and be a part of certain conversations and be part of certain situations, that's a choice that we chose to be a part of for whatever reason. We gotta understand that. But yeah, you guys, I love you guys for being here. Listen, I won't be here too long. Just going here quickly. Yeah, it is what it is, you guys. Like I said, but it's not important that I love you guys. That's not important. What I always say is more important that you love yourself than you love someone else. It's more important that you respect yourself than respect someone else. Stop giving people your power. Stop giving people stop giving people who don't appreciate your energy. People only could do to you what you allow them to do to you. People only could treat you how you allow them to treat you. You know, if you're not willing to fight for yourself, please don't expect people to fight for you. Excuse me. If you're not willing to, you're saying, protect yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, I don't know why you expect somebody else to do that for you. I ain't want much. I want to come talk to y'all because, saying there's been a lot of mess going on these streets for the past several, it seems like it's been deeper and darker and nastier in the past several weeks. But I want y'all to protect your energy. Keep yourself grounded. Start looking for some type of peace within. If you already have peace within, keep it, maintain it, work on maintaining that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, work on growing it. Thank y'all for being here. Love you guys once again. And I will see you crazy kids. Well, I'll see y'all. Y'all probably won't see me in these streets. Until next time, y'all. This is your boy Food Junkie. And y'all have a great evening. See y'all later. Love you. Bye-bye.